originally drifting started in Japan. The heyday of it was the late 80s and early 90s when cars were cheap and parts were cheap. But then there's another story that kind of goes deep in how they were always kind of copying America. Go back into old cars, look at their styles. They're copying American, the way the cars were, except a few years afterwards. They look like old Mustangs and old GTOs. But then they also kind of, they looked at the way we were racing too, and we were doing on dirt tracks and different things, and the way we were just sliding around, they wanted to copy that, but on a more refined level. Japanese are really good about refining things that they see. If you look at electronics, look at cars, anything, they get it from America and they make it better, and that's what drifting was. Drift culture in itself has really grown, like I said, from being something that was underground, something that was just a few like kids and high school friends and getting into it, to where it's a full-blown thing. It's almost a way of life to some people. They buy their cars, they build them for drifting, and that's just, they live and die for it.
I grew up at car shows, so my dad's always been into the hot rods and stuff like that. Just all of a sudden, my best friend was building a drift car, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever, and he gave me a ride, and here I am 10 years later, loving every bit of drifting. So
I've been driving for right at 9 years. It is the most fun that I've ever had behind the wheel of a vehicle. It's just an absolute blast. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
In the beginning when I was in high school, Fast and the Furious came out and it kind of became this big craze. But drifting was what really caught my eye and caught my attention and made me think, this is something I really must do. I have to try it.
So to successfully drift, you have to take all the stuff that you learned at driver's ed and just throw it right out the window. Whenever the car feels like it's getting sideways, you actually, go full throttle with it. To further worsen your predicament, I guess you'd say, it's a chaotic ballet. It's kind of a show-off. It's kind of showboating, because not only are you driving the line of the track, so you're trying to drive the fastest line, but you're also trying to go completely sideways the entire time at the max, like the danger zone of the track. You're trying to go completely sideways at that point, and just pushing the car to the limits. In my opinion, it's a lot more difficult than a lot of the other fields of driving, and it's more addictive than crack.
my family is drifting. Like, all my best friends is drifting. If I have something to do with you, it's probably because drifting. Like, it's so much goes into this because it's a family, and it's being around my friends all the time and being in the garage doing stuff. My boy is 4 years old, and I thought, when he came, it was like, oh, goodbye drifting. But drifting has just gotten way more intense, not so much competition wise, but fun wise. Hell, I did my car Lightning McQueen for my son, so that way he can do it. He can love it now, and he loves it too, and thank God my girlfriend loves it too, and we all support each other in this stuff. So I love drifting. I mean, I got drift tattooed to me, so it's kind of it's gone through a lot. It's literally an understatement. I can't tell you how much drifting has to do with my life, because it's literally about 3/4 of it.
One thing that is very unique to drifting versus all the other competitive motorsports is drifting is very, very user friendly. There's all the people that you drive with are 100% there to support you, and they help you. They have tools or parts or tires or something that you need. They will give it to you. And even right before a competition, I mean, if you're about to battle somebody but your car breaks and somebody else has that part that you need, they will give you that part even though they're going against you, and they could win, or you could win, you could beat them. They're going to give you that part and tell you to bring your A game. And I love that about drifting. It's so awesome. I've never known that anybody other than family could be as tight-knit as a community as drifters are. It's amazing.
Taking all the time and effort and definitely money, blood, sweat, and tears, but more than anything is just everything I think about, all the sacrifices I make, all the decisions in life, all kind of have this in the back of my mind so that I can do something cool with driving a car.
I enjoy drifting. I enjoy the community, the camaraderie, the sense of accomplishment, plus the adrenaline rush is definitely super addictive, to say the least.
Whether it's worth it or not, who knows, right? You don't know till you're dead. But I just feel like I don't want to go through life with any regret, and I certainly don't want to do something that I'm not into or I don't enjoy. So even though it may take a ton of my time and I might have to sacrifice some other things like social life or eating good food or having nice new clothes and stuff like that, I think in the end it's definitely my passion, and chasing my dreams is something that I wouldn't give up for anything else.
Ever since I was a child, I wanted to be a race car driver. Go-karts, all that kind of stuff. Telling my dad, hey, look, I'm gonna be a freaking famous race car driver, right? Even though I'm famous not famous by any stretch of the imagination. But I think it's that sense, that super sense of accomplishment of with all the blood, sweat, tears, trials, tribulations, everything that I've gone through over the past 9 years to put in all this effort and make it happen, and it all just comes together. To me, it's kind of like it's kind of like seeing the finished product of a beautiful painting. I mean, it's just like, wow, that's exactly what I was going for. That's what I wanted. That was it.